Choosing the wrong event management platform doesn't just cost money, it costs you months of workarounds, patchy data, and events that fall short because the tools weren't built for the job. There are hundreds of platforms out there all claiming they do everything. They don't. So we've done the work for you. 10 platforms, an honest assessment of what each one does actually well and where each one falls short. I'm Caitlin from EventsAir, and in this video we're covering 10 of the most well-known event management platforms in 2026. The full picture in each one so you can make a smart call before you sign anything. You see, event management software is a broad category. At one end, you've got full end-to-end platforms that handle everything: registration, marketing, apps, on-site, virtual delivery, finance, reporting, the list goes on. But at the other end, you have specialist tools that do one job well: ticketing, webinars, and virtual environments. The criteria that actually separate good fits from expensive mistakes is how much manual admin it eliminates, whether the pricing model punishes you for growth, how well it connects to the rest of your stack, and most importantly, what happens when something goes wrong at 9 p.m. the night before your event. So let's take a look. We'll start with the platform we know best, ours. EventsAir keeps your entire event lifecycle in one platform: registration, websites, speakers and sponsors, mobile apps, on-site check-in, attendee engagement, feedback collection, reporting, and a whole lot more, all connecting natively, so you're managing a whole event rather than stitching several tools together. Where it separates itself is its flexibility. It gives experienced event teams real control over how an event is built, rather than locking everyone into one fixed workflow, which is also why the learning curve can be steeper than some of the simpler platforms we talk about here. We acknowledge that directly. EventsAir works as much as a partner in your event success as it does as a platform. Where a dedicated specialist pairs with new clients through onboarding, our in-product event setup assistant speeds up getting an event launched, and EventsAir Academy offers full certification pathways for planners who want to learn even more. Support carries the same idea through. Live chat and a toll-free phone line mean a real person is always reachable, backed by a substantial help center and instant AI-driven guidance for simpler requests. EventsAir has also been adding AI throughout the platform recently, and not AI for the sake of AI, but practical, valuable tools. Dedicated assistants that help analyze event data, draft attendee communications, and answer attendee questions live during an event. Pricing is custom and quote-based, structured around unlimited registrations and unlimited users rather than per attendee fees. What is it best for? Planners running growing, more complex events who want everything connected, with real support behind the learning curve. It's less of a fit if you're running something simple, such as a single session networking event with one registration page. Probably doesn't need this much of a platform. Cvent is the biggest name in enterprise event management. It's grown through acquisition into a wide toolkit: registration, attendee management, audience engagement, reporting, plus 2 standout features: an extensive venue sourcing directory and a vendor marketplace for vetted suppliers. For enterprise programs running hundreds of events a year, that breadth is generally useful, particularly the venue directory, which is a real differentiator. The trade-off, though, is structural. Cvent grew by acquisition, and those tools don't always talk to each other as smoothly as a native platform would. Users regularly cite a steep learning curve and a complex interface, particularly for teams who weren't trained on it from day one. Onboarding can also take months, and the pricing model is the other thing to understand clearly before you get to contract stage. Cvent charges an annual license fee plus per registrant fees. That combination can look reasonable for a fixed size program, but it gets very expensive fast if your events grow, which is the opposite of what you want from a platform you're scaling with. So what is Cvent best for? Large enterprises running complex multi-event programs where venue sourcing is a priority and budget isn't the binding constraint. Next up, we have Whova. Whova has built a strong reputation, particularly for virtual and hybrid conferences. Its mobile app is one of the best regarded in the category, and it's consistently praised for its ease of use, alongside its networking tools that generally work well, such as community boards, in-app messaging, meeting scheduling, speaker coordination, and they're all functional out of the box. Where it thins out is operational depth. For smaller or single format events, it's excellent. For multi-day or multi-track or complex hybrid delivery, this flexibility narrows. Tracking new attendee activity live, particularly on mobile, is an area users have flagged friction. Pricing isn't also publicly listed. You'll need to contact them directly. What is it best for? Conferences and professional events where attendee networking and a strong mobile experience are the priority. Next, we have Swoogo. Swoogo's core promise is unlimited events, unlimited registrations, and user-based pricing, rather than per attendee. For organizations running a high volume of events year-round, that structure removes a lot of budget anxiety. Registration customization is a genuine strength, with flexible conditional logic, and their drag-and-drop website builder also gives marketing teams real control without a developer. The analytics dashboard is also clean and real-time. The criticism that comes up most is initial setup complexity and a mobile app that trails the web version. If you're running complex multi-session events, the setup investment is real. And if your team works primarily from mobile during events, that gap really matters, especially when it's also charged as an add-on. Entry pricing with Swoogo starts at $11,800 a year for one user. Predictable, but a meaningful commitment for smaller teams. It's best for teams running frequent, high-volume events who need deep registration flexibility and predictable annual pricing. Now I'm going to talk about Bizzabo. Bizzabo positions specifically for B2B conferences, and within that lane, it's super strong. Solid networking tools, good marketing integrations, a clean dashboard, an event website builder that's genuinely easy to use. Post-event analytics and attendee data capabilities are well regarded. One limitation worth knowing, however, is that if stakeholder reporting matters to you, Bizzabo doesn't genuinely support view-only access to live data for your external stakeholders. So if you need to share results with sponsors, leadership, or venues, you're exporting data and sending it manually, rather than handing them a secure link to up-to-date reports. Pricing is the other consideration. Entry-level pricing is $499 per user per month, billed annually. And that's a minimum of 3 users as well. So it's a significant flaw before you even run a single event, plus a number of available add-ons that can shift the final invoice from the initial quote. What is it best for? Dedicated B2B conference teams with a solid budget and a specific focus on marketing and attendee networking. Now we have Stova. Stova is the result of merging 3 event technology companies, Meetingplay, Eventbrite, and EventCore, into one platform. The goal was a comprehensive end-to-end solution, and the feature coverage on paper is broad. Registration, mobile apps, virtual and hybrid delivery, on-site check-in and badging, networking, exhibitor management, and reporting. In practice, that merge is still visible. Users consistently flag a steep learning curve, a complex interface, and onboarding that can run up to 2 months for larger implementations. Support quality beyond frontline queries also gets mixed reviews, which matters mid-event when you need a fast answer. The reporting tools are a genuine strength though, with tracking and comparing data across events, which is an area users highlight positively. Pricing is custom across 3 tiers, Core, Pro, and Enterprise, and those are structured around event size and complexity. What is it best for? Larger organizations that need broad feature coverage and have the time and technical resources to invest in setup and training. vFairs has built a strong reputation in virtual event environments, with immersive 3D lobbies, virtual exhibition halls, career fairs, and trade shows. Customer service is frequently praised, and the platform extends into in-person and hybrid delivery alongside its virtual core. The main consideration, though, is format fit. For in-person events, vFairs isn't the natural home. Its strength is clearly in virtual first delivery, and that's where it earns its reputation. Setup requires a separate process for mobile and desktop controls, which adds friction for teams, managing both at once. Pricing is also custom or per event. vFairs is best for virtual first events, expos, trade shows, career fairs, where immersive digital environments are the main draw. Now on to Accelevents. Accelevents handles all 3 formats, virtual, hybrid, in-person, with equal capability, which is genuinely useful for organizations that need to flex between them. The registration workflow builder is strong, conditional logic, multiple ticket types, and approval processes. Platform reliability is high, and response time during live events is a real differentiator. Users report fast turnaround when something needs fixing in the moment. The trade-off, however, is cost. Entry is from $5,000 per event on the professional plan, rising to $12,000 plus at business tier, with custom pricing at enterprise. For frequent events, that per event model definitely adds up. For occasional large events, it's a little bit more manageable. Accelevents is best for complex conferences and trade shows across multiple formats where registration, workflow depth, and format flexibility matter. Now onto CrowdComms. CrowdComms is worth knowing, particularly for associations, agencies, and corporate teams. It covers registration, brand and event apps, badging, live streaming, attendee tracking, lead capture, and virtual or hybrid delivery in one system. And it's well regarded for customer service too. Users consistently cite the team relationship as a reason they stay, and the backend is described as flexible without feeling overcomplicated to set up. The trade-off is scale and integration depth compared to larger enterprise platforms. The integration marketplace is far narrower than Cvent or EventsAir, and some users note occasional performance delays. Pricing runs roughly from $3,000 to $20,000 per event, or $5,000 to $30,000 annually, depending on scope. So it's a super large range to work with. It's best for agencies, associations, and corporate teams running conferences and exhibitions who prioritize service quality and a branded app experience. Lastly, and it's worth knowing exactly why it's different, is Eventbrite. Eventbrite is a ticketing and discovery platform, not a planning tool. Its real value is reach. People search Eventbrite to find events, which makes it a genuine channel for finding public-facing events, such as community events or consumer tickets. It's hard to beat. For running a complex conference, it's simply not built for that job. So it's best for public-facing events where discoverability and ticketing simplicity are the priority. So what's the verdict? Coming back to where we started and a quick summary of who fits where. For enterprise programs where venue sourcing is central, Cvent. For networking first conferences with a strong app, Whova. For high volume events with registration complexity, Swoogo. For B2B conferences with a dedicated marketing budget, Bizzabo. For broad feature coverage with time to invest in setup, Stova. For virtual first expos and trade shows, vFairs. For multi-format events with complex registration workflows, Accelevents. For events where service matters most, CrowdComms. For public ticketing and discoverability, Eventbrite. And for serious event planners who want everything in one platform, registration through reporting, no per attendee surprises, and 30 years behind it, that's what you build EventsAir for. If you want to see how EventsAir works for your specific event types, the link to book a demo is in our description. This demo will be built around your events and not a generic tour. And the full written comparison is also linked in our description too if you want a larger breakdown on all of the competitors we talked about today.